All right, Raider Nation, I want to welcome you back to Lady Raider softball in the first round of the GHSA playoffs. This is game 2. The Lady Raiders will be the home team as the Raiders defeated the Gamecocks 13-5 in game 1. Apologize for the mix-up in broadcasting games. We were in such a hurry when we set up. We had 2 games created, game 1 and game 2. I think we broadcasted game 1 on the game 2 link. However, there should be a link available. I'm going to double check that in just a moment as I bring Shane in, and he's going to get us started here play calling in game 2.
No balls, or 1 ball, no strikes. Game 2 of best of 3 series. As Brent has already alluded to, Lady Raiders take game 1 handily 13-5. New life for Lady Gamecocks here in game 2, so they're putting their marbles in this game. All the pressure's on them. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Miss Fallon Johnson is in the circle today for game 2. Marley Clements in center field. Hannah McClellan, right field. Rye Holton, left field. Brianna Booth at third, Taz at short, Emmy Harper at first, Cameo are at second, and Cameo at first, and Miss Rachel Paulk behind the plate again. Pop up here, Brianna's got a toe on it, quickly out 1 here. Sun falling back behind the trees now. We're looking directly into the sun almost. Again, just a beautiful, beautiful afternoon today. No matter what you're doing outside, it's just good to be outside. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on here. Top half of inning 1 in game 2. We'll slap down that left field side for a long strike. Foul down the left field side. Again, Lady Raiders looking to close out the series today in this game 2. Again, hit right over to second base is Emmy Harper. Quickly, 2 outs here now.
If you're unable to join us for game 1, Screven County jumped up to a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first inning, and then were unable to score again till the latter innings as the Lady Raiders come on strong in the 2nd and 3rd, really putting the game away in the 4th with a home run by Marley Clements.
1 ball, no strikes.
Again,
Right
great play by the pitcher. 3 up, 3 down.
There you go. After 1/2 inning, it's your Lady Raiders 0, Lady Gamecocks of Screven County 0. We'll be right back for bottom half of inning number 1. And
we would like to, sorry, Shane, we'd like to thank our sponsors or folks that help us to be here this evening live from Screven County, and that's Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, who give us the transportation, allows us to transport us and our equipment to the locations outside of Bacon County. And I want to thank for the broadcast literally itself over the airways, is Julie's Gifts and Boutique. So go by and thank them yourself. Those of you that join us on the NFHS Network, thank you for your subscription to watch these live events and supporting the young men and women at Bacon County High School, not only through athletics but through extracurricular programs through our high school. And again, we just want to thank Alma Bacon County for that. But we are going to take a real quick break in between innings as we go to the bottom half of the first inning, as our Lady Raiders are home, the home team here in Game 2 of the GHSA playoffs. And we're broadcasting live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. All right, Raider Nation, we are back live from Screven County. Bottom half of the first inning, Fallon Johnson, the pitcher for Game 2, is going to lead off this inning. And low, ball one to the fence. Shane, you can't help but think that we took some air out of this Screven County team, who I think they showed a lot of energy in the first and second innings of that game. I think they come in here thinking maybe that they really had an opportunity. And again, this series isn't over yet. But we took a lot of air out of them, I believe, and you can tell their warm-ups for this game. They were very quiet, and then here on the field, just their mannerisms. So maybe that's a good thing that the Lady Raiders were able to do that just by winning with such a great margin in Game 1.
Well, in respect to them, they come in as a 2 seed. And then mentally, you think 2 seed, I'm going to come in, I should be a better team than 3 seed. Not saying that we're any better right now, but it was a definite game changer.
A base hit for Fallon, right past the third baseman.
Taking it right where we left off in Game 1, just taking hacks at the ball. But yeah, it did definitely visibly take a lot of wind out of their sails. But again, all it takes is a couple hits, and they're right back into it as far as a momentum shifter.
Amy Harper to the plate for the Lady Raiders.
A little high there for ball one.
I think we give Emmy. I think Emmy may have had a better year last year at the plate, but we talk about Emmy at the plate and her power, that she has a very quick bat. But she's done a real great job for us playing second base, and this is the first time she's played infield in many years.
Well, that Game 1, there was a lot of little things that went right for us. The inning blows out there. Remember, we had bases loaded, and McKenzie got 2 outs, and Mackenzie Wade's on second. Kind of stalls a little bit, distracts the shortstop enough to get the ball get through, and we score a couple there, and that's a solid hit there. Just a rope to left field there. First 2 hitters up and first 2 hitters on. So quickly, we're probably going to be looking at Taz laying the ball down here for a bunt to get these runners over in scoring position.
I'll tell you what, Taz has hit the ball hard to right field. I told her at the concession earlier, keep hitting it to right field, and you're exactly right. She didn't look comfortable doing that. I almost wanted her to swing away. But as the sun, I'll be ready for that sun to get a few more inches lower below the.
You can see us out here. We look like we're looking for Indians. It's a fair ball. Oh, calls her safe. Said she couldn't get her. She didn't get it. Third baseman's looking for the bag, trying to get her foot down on the bag.
Yeah, and I was a little confused. I almost thought the ball got past the catcher because you couldn't even hear the bunt. We have bases loaded though, with no outs, Shane.
And this is what would be the 4th time today that we've had that situation.
Lewis to the plate, winning pitcher of Game 1, done a great job for the Lady Raiders.
I tell you, these
giving up 2 runs in the first inning, but scattering 3 more throughout the game.
Abby was sitting there dead red, ready to swing no matter what, and she got a bad pitch there for strike 1.
I want to welcome some folks that are joining us in this Game 2 who watched Game 1, hopefully. Coach Mike Thompson, our
just a bit high there,
athletic director, some parents that are home. Thank you for joining us, watching your kids.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out yet here. Lady Raiders all the way around the bags here now. There's your first ball, and a ball high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, walks a run here, Shane. We talked about that the first inning. I think they walked in 3 runs total in that first inning.
They did, and I tell you, we get a couple runs here early, and I think we're going to take a lot of wind real quick here
More
in this
wind.
game, too.
I believe you're right. Their confidence level is down from the first game, so hopefully we can score a few runs here with no outs and bases loaded. This ball is lifted.
It's going to fall. It's going to fall.
Yes, it does, and gets past the right fielder. They had the tag, so only 1 run is going to score.
And again, as you were alluding to, Brent, just watching these outfielders come out, they just got a little
They don't have the swagger they had when they first come out.
Yeah, a little less swagger in their step.
Booth comes to the plate now with 1 run in, bases loaded, no outs still.
And again, the flag is dead as Brianna comes to the plate.
She puts the beat of the barrel on it. She don't need any kind of wind. Ball goes past. We're going to get a run in from here, Shane. She is up, and ball goes past her. We're going to get another potential runner home, and she slides.
No.
Safe.
Oh, yeah, she's
Gets
safe.
under
I
the
thought he was
tag.
fixing to call her up there.
Yeah, the ball was there, but it was just too high of a throw.
And this quickly.
3 to
3-0.
nothing. And
That's in stereo, folks. If you didn't know, there's Dolby surround sound.
we told each other in game 1, I'll go ahead and mention that we tried not to talk all over each other. We can't hear each other as well because somebody forgot the headsets at home. But luckily, fortunately, I did.
I won't tell anybody, Brent. Is this thing hot?
But I got some makeshift mics here, so I hope the audio is okay. We're literally standing in the back of a pickup truck in left center field. It is a beautiful facility, a nice facility. It's just not conducive to broadcasting with video. Radio, of course, you could set up anywhere.
And there's ball 4. Lady Raiders at first and third. Still nobody out here. Bottom half of first inning.
And let's see who's coming to the plate here.
And this
Hannah
is
McClellan.
Really frustrating for the Gamecock coach. I know you go, Lady Gamecock coach, coming into this game 2 seed, had a great season thus far if you're a 2 seed, and just like.
But Shane, it goes back to what I was talking about. No disrespect to this team or any other. We feel like our region too is as competitive as any region in the state, top to bottom. And some people would even say that our region was a little down this year, but from comparison to years past. But we're prepared for games like this. You know, there's teams in the state that are very good. A potential matchup next week if we were able to seal this, and Gordon Lee takes care of business like I'm sure they will. Another run's going to score.
The catcher is limping a little bit right now. Not sure what's going on with her. She's having trouble even moving around. And this quickly, well, the scoreboard says 14. I don't think we put quite that many up yet. And this just the demeanor.
It is 4 to nothing.
Yeah, she's upset, and bless her heart, you just don't like to see that at all.
Yeah, and we're going to take a short break as the coach talks to his players. We're going to take a short break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. We're live, folks, in the first round of the GHSA Girls Softball Tournament in Screven County, Georgia.
we go, folks. Still nobody out. Runner at third. 4 already plated here in the top or bottom half of the first inning. 2 balls, no strikes. The sun is just about to get behind those trees where we can see it a little better. And Lady Gamecock's really struggling right now just to get a ball across the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. Frustration really mounting on that side of the ball. There's ball 4, so first and third now for the Lady Raiders. Bottom half of number 1 in game 2. Of course, Lady Raiders taking game 1 13-5. And well on the way of taking game 2. Marley Clements coming to the plate. Huge home run in game 1. If you're able to see it, it's because our cameraman wasn't able to get it on the shot. But no, just a little rundown trying to get the ball thrown, but nothing could come of it. But no, in all seriousness, Marley hit just a shot out of.
I heard it. I was
left center. Yeah,
I knew it was going in. Shane said it was deep. This is going to be gone.
And Rachel, Paul, just missing
2
home runs. The last one being right at the top of the fence. And if she gets a little help with the wind, she's got 2 home runs in that first inning. She still had her first game. She still had 3 RBIs in that first game. Right down the middle. Hannah Mack moves over to second base. So second and third now, nobody out. Just a little low. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4, so bases loaded again for the Lady Raiders. And right now, Lady Gamecock's just trying to find somebody to get the ball across the plate.
Left fielder, Mariah Holton.
Mariah Holton comes to the plate for the first time today. She's been a courtesy and pinch runner. She's hacking immediately. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So quickly in the hole, 0-2 here on Mariah. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. And a ball right back up the shortstop. Oh!
Yep, she held on.
Just catches the ball. The very tip of her glove there. Shortstop a little aggressively throwing that ball to third base there, standing about 15 feet from her.
Catcher,
1 out now.
Pump.
Runs at first and second. See if Rachel can keep the bat going here in this game too.
Again, Paul had a big stick the last couple weeks.
Pitch there.
Shane, we're still with 1 out.
Yeah, we just got 1 out, so.
Ball was high.
Oh, foul tip. What a swing by Rachel there. They are absolutely just dead right now from fans and from the air. Scoreboard shows 3 balls, 2 strikes on Rachel. There's ball 4. So we walk them loaded again. We get a courtesy runner.
Again, it's 5-0 early, folks. Excuse me.
Pitcher Fallon Johnson.
Yeah.
It looks like,
Oh,
must be a
15.
reflection. It looks like 6 runs.
It's 5.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now. Still 1 out, bases loaded. Back to the top of the lineup. Batted around here in the first inning. Fallon is on the mound for this game. Chance to really help herself here. Blow this game wide open.
Yeah, this would be a huge hit here if she's able to come up with something here.
Girls seem very relaxed, upbeat, and naturally after a big victory in that first game, but
Ball outside. Yeah, this is where it's fun for our side, the play. I mean, we've been on both sides, but
Absolutely.
right now our girls, especially these seniors, got to just enjoy this and have fun.
well, last week, you know, we had a tough loss over in Bryan County.
Yeah.
It was
Had a
you know,
tough win, or not tough, but a hard-fought win that first game, and then game
Yeah,
2, we
and
the wheels kind of come off in the latter part of the game, and
we just never could recover for the third game on the if game for the region playoff.
3 balls, 1 strike, and she walks her.
Walks a run.
So it's now 6-0, Lady Raiders, and we're still focusing the bottom half of the first inning. Changing up pitchers one more time. Well, I got a second here. Their varsity cheer competition goes on the road this weekend. We'll be in Tifton, I believe, competing. Red Raider football will be in Jeff Davis this weekend, or Friday night. The middle school football team will be playing for a shot at first place tomorrow, and JV also has a game tomorrow as well.
I think middle school football is in Waycross.
Yeah, I believe so. So there's a lot going on sports-wise, and teams. Middle school has just played football, has just done outstanding this year. Mentioned our middle school girls softball had a great season this year, and first-year head coach Miss Shelby Altman has just done a great job with those girls. Come in and brought her discipline and style of play with her. Just a lot of good things going on, and hopefully we'll be able to keep carrying this tradition on. And then again, we'll talk later about it, but things are changing next year as far as the region and classifications and stuff, so maybe the last chance we get to play a lot of these teams.
Emmy Harper's going to come to the plate now with only 1 out. Bases are still loaded, and the Raiders lead 5-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning, in which we are the home team in game number 2.
And that's just right down the middle. Feel the air temperature changing a bit as that sun gets behind those trees. Catcher doing a great job behind the plate there. I really thought that ball was going to get past her. She was able to dig that ball out. 2 balls, 1 strike here. Ball right back up the middle. Should play at least 2 runs here. So your Lady Raiders now 8 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Runners at first and second, still only 1 out. Taz coming to plate for the second time again
Shortstop
in this
Haley
inning.
Wheatley.
No balls, 1 strike. Just a bit high.
Sun has finally found some shade up there, Shane. Now I can see my screen a little better. I might do a little better job videoing.
I'll let those girls now go start hitting. Absolutely cannot see.
Ball is
that ball
hammered.
is just ripped. Oh, excellent catch.
What a great
excellent
play
catch.
again. Almost a tag up.
Wow, wow. Great catch by the right fielder there, coming across,
Tell you what.
backhanding that ball. That saves a run at least there.
Taz has carried that ball to right field. That's I think the 4th time in these 2 games, and ripped it. But that girl's the right place at the right time. This ball is lifted into shallow.
It's going to be right in the hole there.
Shallow's left center, excuse me.
So again, bases loaded.
2 outs.
Third baseman, Brianna Booth.
Now the scoreboard is completely out of the sun now.
Yeah, you can't see anything
Can't see
on
the
there.
scoreboard now.
That's a
Ball.
3-5 split there, I believe. This inning feels like it started yesterday.
Again, Booth, we're in the bottom half of the 1st inning, folks. 5 runs in.
No, we're 8 runs in. 8-0.
Excuse me.
Stick with me, folks.
Shane will keep you updated. Again, I'm trying to take care of some customers over the phone here, making sure they can get logged in and able to listen and watch.
Oh, she just missed that one.
Big cut by Booth. Great effort by the catcher, unable to get back there. The catcher was hobbling a little bit earlier. We were a little concerned about that.
I'm not sure what happened there with her earlier, but she seems to be okay now. Brianna, I mean, she literally just missed one there. Swing and a miss for out 3 here, but not before your Lady Raiders pick up 8 runs in the bottom half of inning number 1 in game 2 of the best 3 series, where Lady Raiders already lead.
We're going
1 to none.
to take a short break here. Again, thank our helpers for allowing us to get here, and sponsors. That's going to be Julie's Gifts and Boutique and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. We'll be back in just a few minutes here live on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. All right, the Lady Gamecocks are up to bat in the top half of the 2nd inning, trailing 8-0 by our Lady Raiders here in game 2. This young lady at the plate hit the ball hard the 1st inning, and we're playing for her to pull, definitely in the outfield, as there's a shift.
Finally got a little gas on the ball right here. Wow.
This ball is lifted to shallow right field for a base hit for the Gamecocks, as they're looking for any kind of spark to potentially get them back into this ball game.
Third baseman, G.G. Beasley.
Ball's going to be caught by Harper for the first out of the inning, holding the runner at first base.
Fallon coming out looking pretty sharp here in this game too, pitching wise. She's placing the ball pretty good, and when she is missing, she's missing down and away. So
Yeah.
she's
I talked to her the other day a little bit about her pitching style, and she'll be honest and up front. She knows that batters are going to put their bat on the ball, but depending upon her location as to where they hit it, if they have any success, as far as how hard necessarily they're going to hit it. A great pitch there.
yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Slap at it there for foul 2. Strike 2 off a foul ball, back to the screen. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Lights are on. Anticipating the sun continuing to fall behind the big pines there.
Just a little blooper, should be right back to Fallon there for out number 2.
Catcher, Maggie Hafer.
Trying to get some updates from the other teams in our region. I think Harlem was leading in game 1
By a slim
by
margin.
2-0 over
Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis. Vidalia won game 1. Not sure the final score, but they did defeat Dublin. And Metter and Bryan were 6-6 late in game 1. This ball is lifted, I think, out of play.
Just out of play.
Second game, Vidalia is up in the top of the third, 13-0 over Dublin.
Just missed an extra point. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on.
Another ball hit right field.
Again, Lady Gamecocks come to the plate, taking what they're being given and just punching that ball, trying to right field.
Huge shout out to Miss Sonia Nipper, who is at home watching our broadcast, keeping me updated on games around from our region in the state playoffs. This ball is lifted into center field.
Right 2, Marley takes 3 steps to the right for out number 3 here in the top half of inning number 2.
And we are BCTV. Sorry about that.
BCTV.
We are BCTV Productions here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. Brought to you by Shane Bennett, myself, Brent Johnson, and student broadcaster Carter Griffin, a senior at Bacon County High School. Carter's a tennis player, so he's available during the fall season. He'll have to take some time to do some tennis stuff after Christmas, but we appreciate his involvement for football and softball and any other event that we have going on in the fall to be able to do these things. I have multiple other students involved in our program that work with broadcasting football especially. We're sort of on a skeleton crew when we go off with softball. Not sure exactly what type of, just like we showed up here, we're not exactly what we're looking at broadcasting and how we'd be able to broadcast off of the top of a pickup truck that was loaned to us by Mr. Andy Cawthorn, and we want to thank him again for that. Again, I want to thank a gamut of people, starting with Dr. Lane Rickert, our superintendent of schools, giving us the opportunity to provide this service. And that's the way I look at it, folks, as a service to our community. Yes, unfortunately, there is a small fee involved with these productions as far as a subscription is required to watch live sporting events. But a portion of those proceeds obviously has to go to the NFHS and the GHSA. But a portion of that proceed does come back home to our school to help support what we do into my program area, and that's important for us. And we want to thank you as subscribers and thank our administration for supporting that. Thank them for that. Our principal, Mr. Ross New, is here with us supporting our Lady Raiders. Assistant Principal Darrell Ellis, and our CTAE Director, Dr. Trudy Smith. We want to thank her for supporting my program area, the Engineering and Technology Department, giving us the opportunity to go and do these things. And we are back now in the bottom half of the second inning. The Lady Raiders lead 8-0. And I believe it's Hannah McClellan coming to the plate.
It is.
As the Lady Raiders batted a time and a half the last inning.
And we can make quick work of this game if we can get a couple more runs here going in this third inning. You're not taking anything for granted. That's just what we are able to do if it stays like it is.
Ball is going to be hit to the shortstop. She's going to make a quick play to first.
And Hannah makes it close
What,
over at
Hannah
first.
showed some wheels right there. Great effort by the senior. Again, one of two seniors, her and Abby Lewis. Still a young team. Now we'll have a fistful of seniors next year, but we'll also have some talent coming up from the middle school ranks, as well as some younger players, freshmen and sophomores that are currently on our roster. They're going to continue this, really, Shane, a decade of Lady Raider softball that have put ourselves on the map in the state of Georgia in AA softball.
Yeah, we have done well, and just attribute that to the great program as far as starting the rec league and Miss Sharon Conrad, those folks working with those. I can name a bunch of folks, and I won't try because we'll start leaving folks out. But there's a lot that have contributed to this Lady Raider softball program over the year. Marley hits a shot down to third baseman. And I'm not going to give her an error on that. That was a base hit because just off the glove of the first baseman diving for it. But there's just a lot to be proud of, Lady Raiders. The facility that they have now. We got Lady Raiders working out in that new facility as far as the weight room. Just a lot going on, good things.
Mariah Houghton back to the plate now. Houghton in the first game was our
courtesy runner
for us multiple times. But she is now has a place in the field as she starts left field tonight in the second game. Again, one of those young players that'll be with us next year. And Mariah pitches as well. And I guess in the book she's our third string pitcher. I guess I could say that.
Yeah. One ball, two strikes.
This ball fouled.
Took a little bit off of it, and right, just able to get enough to stay alive. $1,000,000% better with that sun right out of our face here.
Yeah, I can see pretty much everything now. Again, those of you joining us this second game, we're broadcasting in literally everything. A lot of times we'll set a camera in the outfield, but there was no place really to set up comfortably, to run wires comfortably to broadcast. So we are literally, all of us, the broadcast team and camera, are in left center field. So the angle that you see, we're standing side by side on the camera.
Ooh.
Carter is literally, runner's going to be out, or the batter will be out at first. Runner advances to second.
Catcher Rachel Paul.
Rachel Paul comes to the plate
2 outs now.
with 2 outs, 1 on. Again, the ball has popped off Rachel's bat all afternoon, and there's another one, but it's going to be right to.
Oh, she drops it. She drops it. So
It's
it's going to be a
It's going to be an error, but
error and
again,
a run.
good things happen, Shane, when you hit the ball hard,
Yeah.
and that's what this young lady has done both games. Get a courtesy runner.
Catcher Fallon Johnson.
Back to the top of the lineup, folks. This is for the 3rd time in 2 innings. That's Fallon Johnson, as she led off the game with a base hit.
Does her customary drag the bat and Babe Ruth point to the outfield look. Mackenzie Wade moves over to second.
Yeah,
Still 2 outs.
definitely want to mention her name as she comes in as a courtesy runner. Kenzie, sophomore, excuse me,
Junior. Yeah, all those girls, like I said earlier, a bunch of seniors next year.
There's a ball
Slap
slapped
right
right
back
up the middle for a base hit.
And I think he's
Runner's
holding-
going to hold at third as well as at first.
Still 2 outs. Runners at first and third. Lady Raiders just really blowing this game out right now. Chance to go up by a 10 spot here.
Second baseman.
If you're curious about the run rule, it's 15 after 3 innings, and we're not close to that yet. And it's 8 after 5. I'm not, Shane, is it 10 after 4?
We had this discussion earlier. I don't know.
I know it's 15 after 3 and 8 after 5 for sure. I mean, if there's anything in between, it's probably 10 runs or maybe 12 runs after 4. Ball is ripped into center field.
Center field.
She bobbles it a bit. Runner's going to score, making it 10-0. First and second. 2 outs.
Shortstop Haley Whitley.
Whitley to the plate, who again has hit the ball hard to right field.
Not sure what we got here. These umpires called timeout to discuss. Not sure what we did the.
I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Maybe we'll figure it out and sort it out. We're going to take a short break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, live from Screven County, Georgia. Lady Raiders lead 10-0 after 2. designated player Madison Lewis leads off the top of the third inning for the Gamecocks, desperately trying to get something going here as they trail 10-0. Fallon Johnson on the mound, Polk behind the plate, Booth at third, Taz at short, Harper at second.
You know, I can't help but wonder what these folks are thinking if this is our 3 seed in our region.
Yeah. Snell at first.
What we had at second and first in the region.
Again, Vidalia taking care of business against their number 4 seed Dublin. They should close out their game, second game shortly. Trying to get a final on game 1 between Bryan and Metter, and maybe an update on game 2. Hint, hint, Sonia Nipper.
2 balls, 1 strike. Oh, just off of, that's McKenzie over on second now.
McKenzie on second. I thought that was her when
that ball just took a bad kick right there at the end and hit off, came up on her.
When I was going around the horn there and aiming off, I thought you would have corrected me then. But
Pamela Dixon.
Hopefully no harm, no foul there as they get their second base runner of this game.
Nobody out here.
Vidalia did win game 2, 18-0. And again, Vidalia is a very good very good softball team this year. Pretty much dominated our region. I believe their only region loss was to
Bryan, I believe.
Bryan County.
Yeah.
I think it might have been 1-0, 2-0.
Which just goes to show what kind of region we have.
Exactly.
I mean, we beat Bryan, Bryan's beat us, they beat Vidalia, Vidalia's beat us, so it's just a Jeff Davis beat us, we beat them.
Vidalia and Bryan are ranked in the top 5 or 6 in AA right now.
Shortstop.
1 out now.
Cornetto.
Got 1 out, runner at second.
Pretty pitch there by Fallon.
Shane, evidently this Gamecock team is rather young too. I only see 3 posters out there representing
Yeah, I noticed that
their
earlier.
seniors.
Yeah. Get inside and high. Yeah, and the thing I talked to a little bit earlier that this time next year we don't know what kind of region or classification as far as who will be playing for any kind of factual information yet, but don't want to speculate at this time.
Bunted. Foul.
Foul ball called by the umpire.
Just foul.
Well, it could have been 5 feet foul. We couldn't tell from out here. A little bit easier now that the sun's gone behind those trees, though.
Great pitch there. Called strike 3.
2 outs now.
Second baseman, Peyton Ward.
Ball is hit back to Fallon. She makes a
Yes,
great
sir.
play to first base to end the inning for the 3rd out. Lady Raiders hold them scoreless as we continue to lead 10-0 as we move to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And as we are the home team here in game 2, hoping to close this thing out in a couple more innings. Hopefully we can tack on a few more runs, keeping our foot on the gas here as we hopefully can steamroll into the 2nd round of the GHSA playoffs. And we'll have some more information about that before this game is over, where the possibility, I think I mentioned it earlier, of us heading next week. But we're going to take a short break. Between Innings, and be back in just a moment on the NFHS Network. All right, Taz comes to the plate now at the bottom of the third inning. She watches that changeup come in the plate. Outside for ball one. 1-1 the count.
Just a bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out here. Bottom half of 3.
I think Taz hit her single home run of the season last week at Bryan County in game 1 of that series.
Yes, game 1. I think I said that right.
Ball's just off the plate. She'll draw a walk.
Abby Lewis coming to the plate now with 1 on, nobody out.
Abby Lewis.
Big shout out to Miss Pinky.
Base hit to center field there. Raiders at first and second.
Miss Pinky way out in Scuffletown, as she describes it.
You can't get there from here.
Want to thank her for joining us on the NFHS Network. Folks, if you show up to most Raider events, you will see that lady supporting these young men and women. Taz is going to advance, as well as Lewis on the base pass, due to a pass ball.
Pass ball, yep.
Ball is
Ball
ripped.
sharply hit down that left field line, but foul. Brianna is due. We have to close the windows on the press box here. It's getting a little cool.
Get a little airy. I didn't bring a jacket. Ball high.
There's some paper wrapped around the front.
Hey. Go on my Facebook page. If you don't have it, search for BCTV Red Raider Broadcasting. Check out the picture I took of our setup as we're broadcasting live today from Screven County. Again,
ESPN's got nothing on
we're
us.
never sure exactly where we're going to have to set up. I always bring plenty of power cords and video wire, and occasionally I forget the headset.
Just not headsets.
But I'm just glad that in the bag I had stuffed in some microphones in which we were able to makeshift to be able to allow y'all to hear us today.
Just outside. Umpire really tight tonight. This game too with the strike zone.
I tell you what, Shane, the Lady Gamecocks on the field may be having a really great time right this moment, and I understand why, but there's some young kids over there behind their dugout just having a blast.
Yeah.
Playing some ball.
Yeah, and they've got, we talked to her, they only got 3 seniors this year. This is a good young ball club. They'll, and this game's not over. Don't take anything for granted.
We're going to get a run will score.
2 outs now.
On the
Abby's still down at second, so it's 11-0.
choice.
Raiders have now played it a run in every inning thus far.
Center fielder, Molly Clements.
Clements comes to the plate. Marley with a sharply hit ball down the right field line there, off the glove of the third baseman. And she rips
Sharply
another
hit ball.
one.
Wow, thought that was in there too. Get a good view of the green fence.
Marley with a home run in the first game.
Another.
I'm assuming that's deliberate, Shane.
That's about the third one I've seen. I don't know if she's just not able to grip the ball there. I wouldn't think that would be deliberate, but
this ball is hammered.
Ripped.
I mean, it's like a beach ball to her, to Clements. Another run is going to score.
Oh, wow. At this point, umpire.
I don't know why she's not sliding there, but I think
that's
we got.
what Coach Tyre told her. She walks in the dugout.
Yeah, I think that's another run, definitely, if she slides. But nonetheless, I still want to comment on how a couple girls on this team is just ripping the ball between Clements and Paulk and Taz and some others. It must be a beach ball up there, as you describe sometimes when you're playing baseball. They can see they're seeing the ball very well. But we're going to take a quick break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. Brought to you by BCTV Productions, live from Screven County. Your Lady Raiders have defeated the Gamecocks in Game 1, and we are leading 11-0 in Game 2. We'll be back in just a moment. We are back here in the top of the 4th inning. Flores to the plate for the Gamecocks, and she rips one.
Just a shot right between the third baseman and shortstop. So the Gamecocks quickly get a runner on here in the top half of the 4th inning.
First baseman, Victoria Winters.
Winters now to the plate for the Lady Gamecocks with one on, no outs here. And she lifts one
out of place on the left field side.
And got a shift on for this young lady as she has stroked the ball to right field. A lot of room on left field. She may be trying to push it down that line.
Shout out to my wife back home keeping up with the score.
Yeah, Shane and I both want to thank our wives for giving up our time. You know, we voluntarily do this. I know that we generate.
Wait a minute, we're not getting paid?
Checks in the mail, buddy. You know, we don't. A lot of people actually think that. I believe Shane some, and in conversation, casual conversation with people. You know, no supplement, no extra monies for this. This is voluntary time, and time is money a lot of times in a lot of people's instances. But you know, we do this as part of my program. I incorporate it in my program. It's not a requirement, but again, it's a service to our community. I'm able to teach kids how to the process of video production, not only outside the classroom or inside the classroom, but outside the classroom. And again, it helps us to support our community. This is for the community. I know it is a subscription base, and there is some money generated, but by no means does it go into our pockets. That's ball.
Oh, got it from outfield. Great play by Hannah Mack in the outfield, right field.
And I believe I got it on camera too. Makes it even better. Runners called out at first. What a play!
So one out here now, one on.
Third baseman, Jerry Beasley.
But again, not to toot our horns, but just the fact that when I was getting back to thanking our wives for allowing us the opportunity to do this. Shane's kids are grown. I got some small ones back at home, but again, it benefits a lot of different people, and we're just glad to be able to go to as much as possible.
What defines grown? When they move out of the house because of
grown.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way: I think he's got kids that can take care of themselves.
Yeah. One ball, one strike.
Had a community event, youth rally this evening at our high school at the
football
field, and it was sponsored by the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. This ball is.
Oh, good job by McKenzie there.
Play and the out.
Great job there by McKenzie Wade. Coming up on that, going to her knees, grabbing that ball and getting it over to first base in time to get the runner out.
Runner advances to third, but there's 2 outs now. Bazemore to the plate.
2 outs now. Runner at third. Rachel doing a great job of digging back there. Being a wall in that catching position.
Shane, what I'm really proud of is, you know, this video production program, this student broadcasting program. You know, we really started it up for football. That's where we really got involved with it. But I'm really proud to say that we've been able to branch out over the last 4 years, and we've been involved with it 5 years with the NFHS network. To branch out to other sports such as softball, which is one of my favorites now. And we go right on into to basketball, and then baseball.
We've even done a track event.
We've done some track. We've done some tennis. And this runner is going to score.
Track, tennis.
11-1 now. Tennis, track, wrestling.
We've not done any live golf, and that would be about the only thing.
That'd be kind of difficult to do. Yeah. But we can definitely, you know, we've gotten some video shots, and I put it on our news show at school over the years on occasion. But it's not just sporting events; it's band activities as well, and other
cheerleader competitions,
things that go on. Hoping next year that we can host a cheerleading competition at our local high school, and we can get more involved specifically with that. But just able to branch out to.
It's come a long way, I say, because this first started years ago trying to get anything like this going, and then NFHS come in the picture. It just makes we never thought 10 years ago where we at now. With this.
You know, we look back. I would have loved to have had. You know, I wasn't a tremendous athlete, but I played ball, and I'd have loved to have had someone videoing our games, and just to have something on record to have at some point in time, because I don't delete anything. Everything stays archived and backed up. You know, there's been some tremendous athletes, players throughout the history of Bacon County High School that we just, you know, we don't have any visible record of, only on paper. But it would have been really neat to see that through the years. This ball's to a shortstop, Taz, and she fires the first. And you hear the
she has a shot across the infield.
I wonder if you heard the pop of that mitt when the ball hits. But nonetheless, one run comes in, cutting that lead
to 10.
And it's 11-1 as we move into the bottom half of the fourth inning. The Lady Raiders want to hopefully, again, tack on a few more runs, and maybe we can end this game just a tad early before it gets too much cooler. But we're going to take a short break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, and thanking Julie's Gifts and Boutique for the broadband broadcast, as well as Mr. Andy Cawthorn Auto for transportation. We'll be back in just a moment. Mariah Holton is going to come to the plate for the Lady Raiders to lead us off here again in the bottom half of the fourth inning in Game 2
of a best-of-3 series. Some girls that have made a difference in the team coming up.
Wow,
shot right back.
Wow, what a play. What a swing and hit.
Mariah's,
but what a play by the defensive play by the pitcher.
Mariah has always, even back in JV games in middle school, Mariah has always put the bat on the ball, done a good job at the plate.
Catcher Rachel Polk.
Here comes Polk back to the plate with an opportunity to swing the stick.
Strike one. One out quickly here. Almost looked like a slow pitch there. Right down
the ball on that outside corner.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Correction, 1 ball, 1 strike according to the board. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Two. A little shout out, October 23rd game. It's a football game against Vidalia Friday night. There's a few things going on at that game. Alumni from 75 to 85 will be there tailgating, and then they're giving a presentation before the game. Not to take anything away from that, I'll let them do that then, but if you can be at the game early that Friday night, October the 23rd for
hosting Vidalia that night.
Hosting Vidalia, yes.
I know we're recognizing Rec League football.
Rec League that night. Miss Sharon's going to have all her teams and cheerleaders there that night. Let those kids run out, and then later from the gate back, form a tunnel for the players run in on. Big deal for them. But again, should be a lot of folks there at that game, and if you can make it out that night to see the presentation they're doing for a special person in our community.
Fallon Johnson to the plate for her 4th at bat in as many innings. Rachel Paulk walks. Courtesy runner at first for her.
Just an absolutely great bunt.
What a play there. And again, the camera got stuck. But Fallon Johnson
just lays a beauty down. And you score that in the air, but that's just such a bang play. It's hard to give anybody an error on that play. But
Number 11,
and that one, the first baseman will get the E3.
Kenzie Wade's going to come to the plate now. First and second.
1 out. Raiders up 11-1 here in this best of 3 series in game 2. Call strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Just a bit outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Shane, you get a number over there on first.
A number on first.
Who that player may be, we got a courtesy runner there.
That is number 4, which I think that is a boat, right? Not 4, is that, yeah. I think that is a boat, right?
It is.
I can't see number.
Ball is hit to the right side. It's going to be tough. But she makes the play out at first.
So 2 outs now in the inning.
Runners at second and third. That's really a sacrifice there, Shane. Runners advance.
We got
number 2, Maggie Turner.
Maggie Turner's going to come to the plate. Freshman for the Lady Raiders. By the way, the JV team, which included Maggie, went undefeated this season.
Yeah, kudos to them. Great season for that JV team. Just another, what we were talking about earlier about this Lady Raider softball and what they've been able to do over the last, like I say, about a decade now. And even rec ball, all the state championships they've got down there, those levels and then through. So it's been a fun ride, and these 2 seniors have been a part of that. You want to know that every game they play, every pitch they face right now, they know could tentatively be their last. So just enjoying the ride right now.
Ball is hit up the middle. Fires the first with a great scoop by the first baseman.
Great job.
Sorry about those pipes in the background there. As we are way
you might be in South Georgia.
Might be in left field. But nonetheless, the inning ends. Raiders continue to lead 11-1. We're going to move to the top half of the 5th inning. And we're going to take a short break here on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports. Top of the 5th inning, Shane. 10-run lead.
Holding 3 here.
If we can hold them 3, and this game is going to be over. We've got a 2-run cushion here to do it. 8 after 5. And we'll pack it up.
No balls, 2 strikes. Fallon Johnson still in the pitching circle for the Lady Raiders.
Shane, this has to be
Swing and a miss.
2 of the most complete games that I've seen our Lady Raiders play.
It has the games that I've called, even the games I've watched, we weren't able to call.
And that's what you want to see, and that's what you want to be able to say at this time of the year.
Yeah,
when you get into the playoffs. I don't care who you're playing. We've talked about the level of competition in our region versus this one, but it doesn't matter. You know, I know we're going to face probably some different pitching, some better pitching next week. But our girls are capable. I've said all season, I've talked to the girls in my classes that, you know, if we hit the ball, we're going to win a bunch of ball games. And because our pitching is solid enough, it's nothing dominating, but it's solid enough to keep us in ball games.
And the defense behind it.
That's right. Overall, defense has played really well all season. Every once in a while, every team has some mental breakdowns. This ball was shallow right.
That would be left.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top half of inning 5, game 2. Foul ball, back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
Ball is going to be lifted. Shallow right. What a play.
Wow, Holton catches a great catch out there in left field.
The ball just continued to dive, and she was able to scoop it up. Great play there by Mariah.
Shortstop, Kara Pinero.
Pinero to the plate, the Gamecocks, with 1 out. Good looking pitch there.
Yep. Takes a little bit off there for ball 2. Just a bit low for ball 3. 3-0 now. 2 outs. Just a bit inside.
Second baseman.
Shane, we've just found out that JD did lose their first game against Harlem. Don't know the score, but they were defeated, and they're obviously currently playing the second game. Haven't heard of Brian either way for first game or second game. Ball is slap foul.
Was it slap foul or was it just slap foul?
Slap foul.
New ball's 2 strikes. Ball inside, and this could have been it, but it wasn't. Runner gets over to second. Again, hand it to coach for Lady Gamecocks, not conceding anything and trying.
He knows what he's got to have. He's got to have 3 runs for this game to continue, and he's got 2 outs because the season will end for one of these 2 teams in this series.
This will, with this victory, will move us to the Sweet 16. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on second.
And this ball is going to be knocked down by the shortstop, not able to make a play. Sort of a in between.
Well, just a kind of a low line drive that Taz was not able to get to in time and just fell in between them. Runners at first and third now, 2 outs.
Again, we do technically have 2 runs to give them before.
Yeah, and Lady Gamecocks, I know, should be taking second base as quick as they can to get that second runner in scoring position. Runner at the plate represents the run to keep this game going.
And this ball is just out of reach of Taz. It's going to plate 1 run.
So it's 11-2 now. Bacon County with a...
Again, nothing sloppy there. The Gamecocks just putting the bat on the ball there when they needed to. Just, again, out of the reach of our tall shortstop there.
Nine-run lead now for Bacon County.
This ball is ripped. Fair ball. Wow, I tell you what, that was, we got a run down here that could end the game if we, she is
out.
Oh, boy.
Oh, wow, wow.
I don't know if that umpire was in position to make that call.
Well, the fact is he did, and we're now going into...
now we have an 8-run lead.
We still got 8-run lead now.
8-run lead.
So, yeah.
Had an opportunity. They did the right thing by pushing. So many times you see in what we call a pickle, they will push the runner to the lead base. But they did the right thing by pushing her back to second base.
Well, we had a runner on third there that we could have got as well.
Possibly, but then what you risk is her scoring at third, from third to home, and then that runner from second advancing to third. So I think they made ultimately.
No, I'm not saying
I don't think they processed that in their mind, but
we
ultimately
had opportunity of 2 different outs there. And
I think they chose the right one to try to pickle down for an out, the game-ending out, but just for the simple purpose of keeping that runner at second base with 2 outs.
And a little life coming back to the Lady Gamecock dugout now with a chance to stay in this game.
Again, all we need is 1 more out, folks, to end game 2 in a run rule of 8 runs through 5, an 8-run lead. Raiders are the home team in game 2.
Well, I say we'll still get a badness in it. I'm not even thinking that. I keep thinking we're home, visitor, but have a chance to add right back to this if we do give it up.
This should be the final out of the game.
That's it.
And the series.
So, folks, your Lady Raiders will advance to the Sweet 16 next week, to be announced where and when.
A little heads up, most likely, and you can check the brackets on the ghsa.net webpage. Most likely, we haven't heard, but Gordon Lee, and that's going to be a tote. I can't even pronounce the city they're from, Shane, up in the northwest Georgia mountains.
Gordon Lee?
Yeah.
Chickamauga.
Chickamauga?
Something like that.
Something.
Something Chicka.
It's in the mountains. It's
something.
about a 5.5 hour drive for our Lady Raiders. Most likely that's where we'll be headed. They were the #1 seed in that region, hosting the 4 seed tonight. But again, check back. I'll be giving updates on the BCTV group page on Facebook, and I'm sure Mr. Thompson will be giving some stuff out. But we want to congratulate our Lady Raiders for this victory and enjoy this moment as we swept Screven County, the #2 seed out of Region 3 AA, right here in Screven, Georgia. And irregardless of what happens next week or where we go, we hope to see our Lady Raiders play with the fire and intensity they did this evening. We want to thank the fans that showed up here today, and again all the people that helps make this possible, including especially it's a good sight we see right there. But as soon as we but want to thank Andy Cawthon Auto Sales for providing transportation, and we want to thank Julie's Gifts and Boutique for providing the broadband access to provide hopefully a smooth feed for those of you back at home. Had a little confusion with the games that we broadcasted on. I think game 1 was broadcasted on game 2 link and vice versa, so I apologize for any of those inconveniences, and we'll definitely try not to let that happen again. But we want to again thank you for joining us, and I want to thank Shane Bennett for joining me here, and Carter Griffin, my student broadcaster, here with us on the production, and myself, Brent Johnson. And we want to say good night and God bless, and go Lady Raiders.